This voice is obviously not my own. Mine still isn't back to normal after being sick, so I'm using an AI voice for this video. Last month, I posted a video about a voicemail that Mica had left for John Paul Miller. It's short, so I'll share it again.
There are times, and it's more times than I'd like it to be, my brain doesn't work how I want it to. And that ends up with me missing things that I think should have been pretty obvious. Ever since the women from the secret group have decided to attempt imitating me with their fake accounts, I've been going back through the screenshots I have from them, and I came across a recording of a voicemail that was shared. For some reason, for months, I thought this voicemail was of someone else, and I skipped over it when I was revisiting that particular folder. I had listened to a different recording at the time I was given this one, and I guess I conflated the two into being the same thing. But this one is a voicemail that Mica Francis left for John Paul Miller. Here is the post that Monica, the admin and founder of the group, made about it. Quote, "Dropping this all here so it's easier to find than in the comments under my previous post. These are texts shared by Ree from March 11th, the day Mica was caught with DJ. As you can see, Mica threatens JP that she's going to contact Allie if he doesn't go along with her request. In the voicemail from the same day, she again basically threatens to expose him if he doesn't comply. She even laughs like she believes she has the upper hand. I would consider this to be coercive control as well. She's literally using his children to try and control him. When that doesn't work, she leaves a voicemail seeming to imply that she can destroy him. This does not sound like a beaten-down woman who is deathly afraid of her husband." End quote. Now, I don't see where Mica's making any request in these text messages, but okay. I made a video about these texts a while ago, but I missed something. I had noticed that one of the screenshots had "Don't Text" as the contact name and had a picture of Mica on it. The next screenshot has that same image of Mica, and you can see the bottom of the image peeking out. But this doesn't have a contact name, it has a phone number. And the part I missed before is that this phone number starts with 84330. I checked with a member of Mica's family, and as far as they know, that was never a phone number that Mica had. Keep in mind that this phone number was supposed to be one she was using on March 11th of this year. John Paul had taken her phone when she was involuntarily committed at the beginning of February, and she never got that phone back. We also know that the phone number she was using at the time of her death was an 843-655 number. That's also been verified. So what phone number was this? Or more importantly, whose phone number was this? Was this an older text that John Paul decided to reuse as proof of, well, I don't know what he thought it would prove? Did he have Mica's old phone and another burner phone that he used to pretend he was Mica? Is that why one has "Don't Text"? Because that was the phone with her old phone number, and her family would know it would be him texting instead of her? Let's listen to this voicemail that Monica has so graciously shared.
Surely, you don't want anyone to find out the things that you have done. Surely.
This is definitely not anywhere close to coercive control, and I'm not sure why anyone would think that. But I suppose it would require actually thinking to begin with. This is the voicemail of a woman who had been beaten down and was finally finding her voice and was starting to fight back. I think Mica knew too much.
About that phone number. I had a former member of Solid Rock reach out to me, and they told me that at the end of February of last year, JP had given them a phone number for Mica that started with 360. In the video, I said that the phone number started with 30, but I think I was wrong, and that it was actually a 360 number. JP sent the former member a message with this new number that was supposed to be Mica's, and he asked them if they would reach out to Mica. They did and sent her a very sincere and very touching message. It was the type of message that I think Mica would have responded to had she actually received it. The former church member even tried calling Mica on this number, and she never answered and never returned the call. I think, and the former church member agrees, that the phone number that JP claimed was Mica's new phone number was actually a phone number he was using to screen church members to see which ones were willing to help Mica. I think he sent out this number to various members asking them to reach out to Mica, and then he read the messages to see who was being loyal to him or not. Remember him talking in a sermon about how he'd gone through Mica's phone after he'd taken it from her when she was involuntarily committed, and he'd found messages from 18 people who told Mica that she could talk to them about her marriage, and they wouldn't tell John Paul? I think that might have been the messages he was referring to. This is in line with Mica's family, saying that John Paul used Mica's phone and sent text messages pretending to be her. This is yet another reason why I don't trust any text message that JP has provided as so-called proof. I'll be back soon with a video about the worship team at Solid Rock, and one about Johnny Jacob's varying accounts of the day Mica died. Until next time, stay safe and be happy.